Aloha, welcome back to Aina Bear Farm. It's been a little bit since our last video. We've had a lot of weather, mostly just a lot of wind, which makes shooting videos hard. A little bit of wind today, but hopefully it won't be too hard to hear me. Today I just want to do a quicker video about neem oil and why I probably will never use it again. So first, let me, maybe most of you are probably familiar with neem oil and what it's used for. It's derived from a tree. It's all organic, and it's commonly used in gardening and orchards and things as a foliar spray to spray on the leaves of trees and plants to interrupt insect growth, insects eating, and it can also be helpful as a fungicide to stop fungus from growing on leaves and things. When you buy it, well, if you look online or other videos and things, you'll see people rave about it constantly. It's this great alternative pesticide to using chemicals, because it's organic and it's effective and it's wonderful and it's miraculous and cures cancer and does your laundry for you and folds it and everything, and obviously last year jokes, it does not purported to cure cancer. But no, people just rave about it, and I have tried using it for many years. So let me kind of put all that on the table. We had a farm in Maryland prior to moving to Hawaii, and I used it there on trees and vegetables to try to stop aphids mostly. I bought high quality organic neem oil. That's another thing, is that you go and see some of these sprays in stores, there's other ingredients in there that either aren't organic or it's just really watered down and there's not actually that much neem oil in there. But when you buy high quality organic neem oil, it's supposed to work better. It's also very expensive, keeping that in mind. And then I mixed it in accordance with the recommendations on the bottle. A little bit of dish soap to get it to stick and kind of help the oil dissolve in water a little bit more. And then applied it liberally to the leaves of the plants to try to slow down or interrupt the growth of the insects that were taking over. In my case, mostly aphids. Never saw any positive results in Maryland. And I would, do multiple sprays. The aphids came and went and did just as much destruction on my plants as they did without ever spraying neem oil. I did even some side-by-side tests, same plants, same area, same infestation of aphids. One gets sprayed with neem oil, the other one doesn't. In some cases, the ones I didn't spray actually did better. But I continued to think, there can't be just nothing to the fact that so many people seem to love it and recommend it. So I kept using it. When we moved to Hawaii, I bought another cold press, or whatever, organic, high quality neem oil. Even more expensive here, I had to have it shipped here. And I've used it several times here to the same effect, which is really nothing. Most recently, I kind of experienced my last straw event with neem oil. This avocado behind me got pretty, well, I should say at first I came out, I noticed that there were some black aphid looking creatures on there. They were doing a little bit of leaf damage. There's one that's got a little bit of damage on it. You can see, just sucking the juice out of the leaves. Typical damage. And I actually saw the aphids on the underside of the plant. So I tried to get at it early. A dosage of neem oil, came out, sprayed the whole tree down. Came back the next day, there were twice as many aphids. I waited one day, and then waited another day, there was even more aphids. Came out, sprayed it again. Came back the next day, even more aphids. At this point, I was getting kind of exasperated, so I made a solution that was like twice what the recommended was, and came out and sprayed it. You're supposed to spray it in the morning or in the evening so that it doesn't get exposure to really strong direct light, which is really important here in the tropics for sure. So I sprayed it one or the other, I actually don't remember. I think it was the evening. Heavy dosage. Sprayed it again a third time. So this is 3 times within 5 or 6 days. Came back, even more aphids. So I realized, like, you know, this is not doing anything. I'm just wasting my time. And I just eventually gave up. And the aphids ate all of the older leaves. You can see kind of the damage on there. And then, I don't know if that's like fungal mildew left over from their secretions, or maybe frass from the poop, who knows. But basically what inevitably happened is all the leaves that the aphids were eating eventually dropped, save a few of them, and then the new growth started coming out. So it's really not that big of a deal, but you know, you definitely, if you can save or hang on to those leaves a little longer, you get greater photosynthesis, healthier tree overall. And I actually have another avocado that's about half this size that got completely defoliated because the new leaves hadn't started coming out yet. And so it looks very sad at the moment. And I'm actually kind of just hoping that it'll hang on and be okay. I got much bigger avocado trees, same thing, heavy defoliation. And I actually think it's affecting the fruit set a little bit on one of them. And these are kind of a new issue, I think, on the Big Island. I remember hearing something recently about new aphids that were attacking avocados specifically here. So it's possible, I don't know, maybe it's just like a certain species or something that is very resistant to neem oil, who knows. But like I said, I've tried it on multiple different plants for multiple different reasons, different doses, high quality, different places entirely. Zone 7 in Maryland, zone whatever, Hawaii, 12 or whatever you are here. And it's just never worked on anything. So I've kind of like finally hit my last straw and just said like, okay, I think I'm done with neem oil. So my pest strategy at the moment is really just healthy plants, healthy trees. So anytime I see something feeding, it kind of tells me, okay, I really need to boost the health of that tree. So I'll usually feed it, and then of course keep feeding it, but just pay closer attention, you know, making sure it's getting enough water, making sure it's getting enough organic material, and in some cases fertilizer, whatever it needs to be healthy. Because in the end, if a tree can push out, you know, a whole bunch of new growth like this, and then at this point the life cycle of the aphid's done, it's not here anymore, it's moved on or in some different stage, so it's really just a phase. And you can kind of look at it as like they're just a part of the system. They come in, they sort of get rid of the old leaves, and then it's in with the new. As long as the plant's healthy, really shouldn't be that much of an issue. So that's my pest strategy. Also, you know, integrative pest management in the sense that I'm trying to have a diverse ecosystem, trying to bring in, you know, flowers, lots of stuff that will bring in pest killing insects, to just keep everything in balance, keep it regulated. I'm really not worried about my system once it matures and becomes more of a food forest. But it's just in these younger states, you know, the plants are still a little fragile, they're still a little exposed. I'm not at a balance quite yet, although progressing rapidly in that direction. But that's kind of my strategy overall. And you know, I live a never say never kind of life, so if somebody gives me a whole bunch of free neem oil one day and says, hey, I've had really good results with XYZ, make the dosage just like this, try it out, I promise, I guarantee it'll work, then yeah, I'll probably try it. But I don't think I'm gonna spend my money on something that's expensive that I've never gotten it to work whatsoever anywhere. So drop a comment in the comments section if you have had experience with neem oil. That's the other thing I've been asking people recently, other farmers that I know in this area, what do you think of neem oil? And I'm not trying to like color the subject at all. I just say, what do you think of it? I'm not saying like, hey, don't you hate neem oil? Every single person I've asked so far, I don't know, it's been like 6 or 7, as right off the bat, just like, oh, it doesn't do anything. It's pointless. So like without me even kind of leading them to that, I'm having other farmers saying like, oh yeah, never use it. It doesn't work. So you let me know in the comment section what you think. Yes, no, yeah. If you have other organic strategies that might work as a mild insecticide. And I say mild because we don't want to get rid of all the insects, right? Let me know. Hope you appreciate this video, and we'll be back soon with some other content, give you some updates on how other things are doing out here. We got some exciting stuff to show you, so hang in there and we'll see you soon back here at Ina Bear Farm. Aloha.